there. This is Team 6 presentation from Vala Afshar's book, Boundless. This is for the class Authentic Leadership 2 at Hult International Business School. This team is composed by Tywanda Bolton, Katia Aguiñaga, Teresa Tenorio, Ruwan Mehri, and Nebai. Let's dive in.
Crisis and mindset. Times of difficulty and danger are times of opportunity and possibility. Einstein tells us, let us not pretend that things will change if we always do the same thing. Crisis is the best blessing that can happen to people and countries because crisis brings progress. It is in crisis that inventiveness, discoveries, and great strategies are born. The organizational mindset that brought us to today is no longer useful for tomorrow. Those who have dared to question it, who have been proactive, who have engaged in a process of constant experimentation and learning, are today faced with a myriad of new opportunities and relationships with the customer, their partners, their markets. But more importantly, they were able to look to the future and free themselves from the heaviest thing that an organization has, the certainties of the past.
In the author's reference to the solutions for being anti-siloed, they introduced their Boundless model. As they shared their success principles, what resonated the most for me was sensing, relationships, and ecosystems. This feels most like community engagement, an area that I spend a lot of time in, working to get large numbers of people, teams, and resources moving in a unified fashion with the same mission. And this, of course, includes both internal and external stakeholders. For example, there's a small business grant named Beyond Open here in Charlotte, North Carolina. The program is funded by a large bank, administered by one of the biggest foundations we have in Greater Charlotte, and facilitated by consultants like me and employees of the foundation. As a consultant, I lead outreach for a team of canvassers who have 6 critical economic neighborhoods this grant program is aimed at. Collectively, we have to make sure that businesses know the grant exists, how to apply, the parameters, timeline, where additional questions can be answered, etc., etc. The ecosystem includes the businesses, of course, the funders, the foundation, advisory council, governance board, community partners, including technical assistance providers, the entire team of consultants that includes strategists like the PR company, canvassers, application reviewers, and others who will simply aid in spreading the word. Going back to this particular success principle, this example includes sensing what needs to be improved upon as we close each round and prepare for the next implementation, developing and maintaining strong relationships across the ecosystem to ensure that everybody is sharing the same up-to-date information and working together harmoniously. This project now has a thriving ecosystem right down to the technology the applicants use, the way reviewers assess, how and when applicants are notified about whether or not they won, constructive feedback for those who didn't, and celebration of those who did.
We strongly agree that in order for an organization to succeed in its ecosystem, it should have clear and well-defined values, methods, and purpose, assuring that everyone is involved and works consciously and aligned to the same goal. Like Patrick Lencioni, author of the bestseller The 5 Dysfunctions of a Team, a leadership fable, mentioned, if you could get all the people in an organization rowing in the same direction, you could dominate any industry in any market against any competition at any time. This also applies to contractors and customers. If they all know the purpose and processes of the organization they work with, the company should not be worried about micromanaging them. Of course, to have a strong collaboration and a shared vision, corporations have to set a north and make sure this is clear for everyone and have continuous communication among all. As Norma Wadenpaugh says in her LinkedIn article, alignment does not just start and finish at the beginning of a project. Of course, it changes constantly within the business conditions, and all members of the corporation should be informed constantly and be prepared for changes. Also, everyone must collaborate with a set of values and processes. To ensure everyone is aligned, make sure there is awareness of what your culture is. Set expectations for behavior, build trust, and create a culture of collaboration. Ecosystems that adopt win-win values and processes are more likely to operate in a way that ensures each partner is receiving comparable value over time and strengthening their partnership. Now, when personal values align with corporate values, it creates a harmonious environment that fosters employee engagement, satisfaction, and organizational success. It is recommended that first, you identify your values and what motivates you. Second, understand corporate values. And third, identify gaps and determine their significance. In her book, Embracing Your Power, Marcia Clark guides readers to set personal values and professional values, combining them and asking readers to think of them as "without this, I am not me." This may help ecosystems to align with corporate values. Aligning personal and corporate values creates a powerful synergy that benefits individuals and organizations. It enhances employee motivation, engagement, and well-being while contributing to a solid, purpose-driven organizational culture. Individuals can find fulfillment and success in their professional lives by consciously exploring and aligning personal and corporate values. At the same time, organizations can cultivate an environment that attracts and retains top talent and achieves sustainable growth. Finally, corporations should show a clear understanding on how they work. As Kevin Appleby suggests in his LinkedIn article, organizations should secure positions and manage trade-offs between competition and collaboration as well as dependencies. They should understand how knowledge and information flows among the ecosystem. Last, understanding of how such aspects are being managed in a dynamic context over time. For example, working in the oil and gas industry at Peru LNG, we have 5 top values: respect for individual, humility, community-centric, deep work, and creativity, all aligned to our employees and contractors. Also, processes like security measures are very important. With no exemptions, everyone must be aligned with the security process on site as well as at the administrative offices. First, the site is a liquefied natural gas plant. Everyone must wear flame-resistant clothing, cell phones are not permitted in the production area, and employees and contractors must request permission to perform labor through an ATS, Spanish acronyms of Safe Work Analysis. We live and breathe safety first. This is non-negotiable. Last year, we had 0 lost time incidents at the plant as a result of a collaborative safety work. The only year this number was more than 0, an incident occurred at the site when a contractor was carrying a food elevator and forgot to lock the wheels. When distracted, the elevator moved towards him and his first reaction was to stop it with his leg, causing a fracture that immobilized him for a few months. This incident affected everyone, and the general manager made sure to call the contractor and contractor's general manager to apologize for this episode. This is how committed we are. Also, when renting properties for our expats, we have to comply with security processes that ensure the safety of our foreign employees in Lima. These measures have scaled to the contractors that help us look for properties, making sure that owners also comply with our security process. These ensure us that the process is well done, making less micromanagement to our contractors.
Autonomy, learning, and identity. In today's rapidly changing world, companies recognize the importance of empowering stakeholders, including customers, employees, and technologies. This empowerment allows them to make decisions and act independently within the organization's framework, leading to increase creativity, innovation, and agility, ultimately enhancing the company's ability to adapt and change effectively. AI plays a critical role in enabling autonomous systems to function independently, and they sense and help us to analyze the changes and make smarter decisions. As we come to the last part of Vala Afshar's book, Boundless, we can now understand the operating model. First, we have to be aware of boundless principles. They revolve around deep connections, decentralization, integration, autonomy, movement, continuity, and shared success. Leaders also need to have a new mindset, prioritizing holistic success over profit first perspective. They must embrace a new metaphor and language associated with boundlessness. The Boundless model focuses on responsiveness, connectivity, situational awareness, self similarity, and action within a larger ecosystem. Think of it as a dynamic framework for success in today's fast paced environment. The Boundless operating model encourages leaders to apply these principles and models to their businesses. It is about fostering connectedness, horizontal awareness, and self similarity across all levels for adaptive and resilient organizations. In conclusion, the Boundless paradigm offers a strategic approach to navigate complexity and achieve sustainable success. It's not just about breaking silos, it's about embracing a new way of thinking and operating in a never changing world.